mechanics will rule games at this level, not strategy. And an example of a mechanic is getting our meaty timing right.
Oh, you get the charge roll. Ah, that's cool.
Right,
Oh,
something
yeah,
like
I
that.
didn't know you could do the S2 off
Yeah,
of
so
that.
you can
That's
get like
awesome.
500 off that. I could focus on like the niche confirm with the time wander or whatever. I could focus on like doing a better combo here, whatever. But like what instead I want to focus on is like the fact that never, ever, 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 ever will a high level player do this roll into throw while they have this assist up. When she jumps up and she does this, and you get this, right? Right now it feels kind of bad for you. Like it feels like, ah, oh, man, I didn't get what I wanted, right?
Mm.
Back to neutral I go. Like I want to turn it, I want it to start to feel like when you land this, on block. Oh, hell yeah.
Yeah.
Now
Okay,
this guy's
okay.
cooked, right? They're like, I won because I made him block. Yo, how's it going?
Hey, it's really nice to meet you.
Hey, nice to meet you. So you're plat right now, is that right? Or you were
Yeah, I
at
am.
least? Okay, cool. And you're back to
Um,
it.
yeah, I got back a couple of days ago, so it's just like I need to be the same rank as the form, you know.
Hell yeah. Congrats on getting back there. How are the games going?
Um, it's very like comme ci, comme ça. Like some games, I'm really good.
Mm.
Like I have a friend who got challenger in the beta, and I play against him a lot. And
Okay.
sometimes it's like a 30% win rate. But
That's
then
pretty good.
I'll play like a casual lobby and I'll get washed by silvers. So it's completely both ways, and my neutral sucks.
Okay, so usually
So
what that
good.
means is that like there's like some sort of big hole that's missing in your game that like some players are not taking advantage of and some players are, right? And we're gonna
Yeah,
aim to find out what those holes are and send you away with some a idea of what those holes are and some homework to fix it. Who are you playing right now?
I'm playing via Echo on 2x assist.
By Echo. Cool. So what I'm gonna do really quickly is take a look at your profile and let's see what the matches are like. These are all casuals. So like this was 2 days ago. I'm seeing a little bit more
Um,
victory than I'm seeing defeat.
that's
Looks like
because gold is somehow worse than me. So
that makes sense given your ascent to plat. Okay, cool. And we're doing like mostly a diagnostic session right now, and I want to find out what you want to work on and also what I think that you need to work on separately from that. But before we get into that, what are some things that any questions that you have, any things that you struggle with, anything that you want to work on in particular, so I have that in the back of my mind while we work.
please help me fix my shoddy neutral. I played
Okay.
if you've seen Guilty Gear Strive, that's the game I have the most hours in. I played Bridget, and she has this very brain dead yo-yo move, which you throw out full screen, and then you get all sorts of neutral skip options. So I've been conditioned to having neutral skip in my kit, and I feel like it's ruined my fundamental skills.
And without a neutral skip, do you feel like, I've written general feeling of being aimless and neutral. Do you feel like aimless is an apt word, or would you describe it differently?
No, aimless is a very, very good way of putting it.
Any
I
matchups that you
don't think
struggle with
so.
more than others?
Oh, that's a really good point. I really struggle into Ari, Caitlyn, and Jinx because I can't just walk up to them.
Okay. What these three characters represent are these are characters that aren't going to throw themselves at you. Teemo is probably another
Yeah.
one, although if you're plat, you're probably not
Oh,
running
don't.
into Teemos that are like that strong.
Yeah.
He's pretty hard to play, whereas Caitlyn's pretty hard to play as well, but Ari and Jinx are pretty simple to pick up and play. And since those characters are more neutral heavy than some of the bruisers that want to run at you, some of the rushdown characters that want to run at you more. Ari's not really a rushdown character. This is very like it's a misunderstanding of the community. She's more of a hit and run, like run away, keep away character as well. So these characters target this particular weakness of yours.
I
Okay.
did I did only just today adapt to like Ari being able to do multiple air moves, but that's about it. It's not very relevant.
I see.
Well,
It's good to understand. Super important. But the way I like to think about it is once you get to like master and grandmaster, it starts to matter what your opponent is doing. You start to have to think
yeah.
about strategy. You start to have to think about the matchup a little bit more. But when you're still plat, with love and respect, you don't need to think about the opponent. You can just run people over with superior mechanics and speed.
Okay.
Okay. So I want to see where we can develop an autopilot that'll run these plat players over, as opposed to thinking about the nitty gritty of like strategic decisions that'll make this matchup a little bit easier. Here we go. Here we go. Ari Echo. Oh, this is an opponent. This is Ari Echo. So it's not
Yeah,
the
this was
Ari Jinx we were
just
looking
now.
for, but this will work, right?
Hmm.
So let's get right into it. You ready?
Yeah, I'm excited.
Oh yeah. Let me just get the game plan in my head before we start. In my head, Ari player. One thing about this team, this Ari Echo team, is it's extremely freeform. You don't know there are teams that are gonna rush your shit down. If you are playing a Vi Darius player, you are the Ari Echo, right? You can expect them to try to be the unstoppable object, and for you to try to be the unstoppable force, and for you to try to be the elusive or immovable object, right? Depending on your team. This team, however, it's very difficult to tell or predict how they're going to play. And as a result, what I'm looking to do, if I'm like really trying to win as opposed to trying to practice something in particular, if I'm really trying to win, then I want to play a little bit passive at the start to see what they like to do before I start committing to big options. And that brings me, before we get into the meat of the replay review, to another question that I have, which is there anything that recently you have been working on improving, whether that's combos, whether that's obviously decision making in neutral is very difficult to like actively improve on without somebody telling you what you need to improve on. But whether it's, again, combos, whether it's like your pressure on block, whether it's your Oki, whether it's your defense on wake up, is there anything in particular that you have been thinking about a lot as a weakness or an opportunity for improvement? If not, that's okay, and I can just look at it broad strokes.
Yeah, there has actually been a couple of things I've been trying to work on, because I watched your recent YouTube videos from the Gold Vi player, who
Okay.
you're talking about their positioning like in the right range for Vi to dash S1 into the opponent, like to start pressure. So I've been trying to make sure when I don't have assist, put distance between me and my opponent. When I have assist,
Sure.
get into the right range.
Yep.
It's not been as simple as I thought it would be.
That is a-okay by me. Okay, cool. So, we're trying to. So I'll sum that up as trying not to play too passively and trying to position. I don't want to say aggressively, but I do kind of want to say aggressively, because you want to play aggressively and position aggressively, which is not the same as playing aggressively, but you want to position aggressively / greedily, right? You don't want to give up more space than you need to. So, okay, cool. I'll just be on the lookout for that and how you play around the assist timers and what. Okay, let's get to it. We are off to a fantastic start.
Oh, I dropped my combo. I was very sad.
All good. These things happen. I just want to talk about like a mechanic of the game. Do you know that when people hit the ground, they lose all the blocks done that they were in the air?
Yeah.
Okay. It's probably not a reaction, like you're probably not like seeing her jump into the air and so you do S1. You're probably just like looking to S1, like do a spaced S1 from out here, which would be fine if she wasn't in the air. But since she's in the air, she's able to be like significantly less, she's able to be like significantly less minus. Like even if you were to space this to be like +2, the fact that she was in the air, it means that you are definitely going to be minus when she hits the ground. And so like this counter hit is very predictable, I think. You did that just about as fast as you might be expected to do it. My time. I know there's a small gap. He shouldn't be able to jab you out of this, but he should be able to parry, but this jab shouldn't be happening. So like I'm just gonna like make a small note of like minor nitpicks that I see as they come. And if I only see each of these like one time, then they're things that don't really matter. But like a minor nitpick here is like people shouldn't be jabbing us out of my time, right? If that happens like a couple times, then it's something that we can drill. If it only happens once, then like so what? Go back to it. If you get this hit, unless you are hitting at like a perfect spacing where like they're gonna fall into the jab, the reward's not gonna be that good. If you play into Ahri, one of the things that you want to do as Vi is just kind of, especially if you don't have an assist. Like now you don't have an assist, so this move is like just like so much riskier, right? The moment you don't have this assist, you kind of want to play like Jaws, right? Where you're just kind of like dun 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 and like hanging out under them. So like what I'm looking for here is like dash block. When the moment she gets into the air, dash block, right? As opposed to doing this move, because their risk reward is not as good as if you just like, you know, kind of slowly dash up here, and the moment she throws this fireball, you 2H because you're like under her already. But you know, whatever. We'll see what goes on.
I should have dashed up for that S1.
Actually, this is. Actually, I wouldn't. Yeah, maybe you could dash first, right? But the real issue here, like as a Vi player, this is something that you really want to have in your hands. Is and this will actually give you like quite a lot of value. You see, let's take a look at when you tag to Echo, right? She's damn near already at level 3 charge, right? And she doesn't quite get the level 3 charge. So instead of like thinking about, oh, I should have dashed forward as Vi, what you really want to be thinking about is, could I have tagged earlier? Like, you know, right here that your autopilot, and this is a great autopilot, is going to be, I'm going to charge S1 and tag Echo. But why not start holding S1 here and immediately handshake?
So that I could like dash up, and then it's not safe for Ahri to like throw a normal because Echo can punish it. Or like she'll get hit by Vi.
Exactly. She'll be scared of Vi. Like what you really want to be doing is S1, immediately handshake while you continue to hold this S1 and you run forward as Echo. Like you run and jump or whatever. It puts this Ahri into like such a sad situation. Whereas you're sending Vi in front of Echo, and you really want to be sending Echo like kind of in front of Vi. And then right about when Echo gets here, Vi like fires from behind him. It's so unfortunate.
I got crossed up.
Echo's one of those characters that has the 2H that you want here, though. Like, if you're Ahri in this situation, like, the moment he throws his fireball, this is like the autopilot of a lot of Vi players that are, like, gold, plat, and even all the way up to, like, master. They're going to throw this down fireball, and they're going to dash heavy, or dash medium, or whatever, right? And if I'm Vi, or if I'm Ahri, and I'm here when she does this spirit rush, I'm like, this kind of sucks. I'm fucked, and I kind of have to like take the mix up or guess with like a parry or something like that. But as Echo, if you 2H here, you actually smoke her.
Yeah, I did actually adapt to this in later games because I played with like multiple sets with this person. I did notice like after every like diagonal fireball, she was always dashing in. So I got a lot of free 2Hs.
Awesome.
She stopped doing it. And I was like, oh no, my free hits.
Yeah. So like one of the things that you want to think about is like when you play an Ahri player that's at this level, or even when I'm playing in tournament, the first time they do this down forward fireball, like I'm assuming they are going to air dash at me or spirit dash at me, and I'm ready for this 2H. And if they don't, then I allow myself to be surprised by that. Because if I'm surprised by them not coming at me, I don't die, right? Whereas you know, so you want to like be like aggressively thinking they're going to do the thing that I am worried about, and then if they don't, that's fine, right? Now I know that I'm playing against like a real player, right? But if they do this, I'm ready for it the first time. You don't want this to be a thing that you adapt to game 3, game 4, because the set's only 2 games long. This is great, by the way.
That felt so good to have.
I bet.
So good
I bet. This is great. Like, I love that you have the assist. You don't have the assist up, so you're like hanging out over here. You see the assist is about to come in. You start to like pressure forward, and you see this fireball coming in, and you're like, okay, wait a minute. Now I'm going forward again, Right? This was like very well played. And I wish my other
Oh,
Vice student had done this more, and that's why he's gold and you're plat, which is to say that you're just sending it with stuff like this plus assist to cover the ground angle. Like this is great to see.
yeah. This made me so sad because I autopiloted to tagging an Echo when I could have just got a super with Vi.
You could have gotten a super with Vi, but if you ever see this hit, let me give you a. So we're at 75 seconds in this match. Let me give you something that you can do if you are in that scenario again. I think this is something that, with like a couple of minutes in training mode, you can start turning that into a more damaging combo. One of these days, I'm gonna make it through a video without having to let my cat out of the room.
Oh no, I love cats.
Yeah, right. You could like get the super with Vi. You know, what is it like? You know, that's 2 super right here.
Yeah.
But you're not on double down, so you can't tag Echo or anything like that. But if you ever do like autopilot tag Echo,
Oh, you get the charge roll. Oh, that's cool.
right,
Oh,
something
yeah,
like
I
that.
didn't know you could do the S2 off
Yeah,
of that.
so you can get like 500 off that. And it's not too hard, right? Again, I'm just going here. I tag, dash up, get this. I can finish the combo with Echo too if I want. Well, limit strike into like Loboki or whatever.
Oh, that's super cool. I had no idea you could do that. That's awesome.
Yeah, I do the same thing with my Ari team, especially if I don't have meter with my Ari, because you get the knockdown in the air, and it's like, well, I can't do orb super to give myself more damage in Oki. So how do I pick up OTG with Echo? Echo's got you. Right along. I'm still focused more on the neutral, but like I'll give you notes if I ever see something that you could pick up on, you know, as combo wise or whatever.
Thank you. Yeah, Heralds.
These are the little things that like you have a choice in terms of what kind of player you're gonna be, in terms of how you want to learn, right? So like when you get this knockdown as Echo, you whiff this, right? But he still has to roll. And one of the things, and this is a painful truth about fighting games, but one of the things that separates being plat and being like master, again, this ties back into what I said about mechanics, right? Mechanics will rule games at this level, not strategy. And an example of a mechanic is getting our meaty timing right.
Yeah.
Right? Because this guy is teching frame 1 reading throw, which is super risky to do, and you miss your meaty, and you know he should be getting hit, you know, he should be using his break, and now this match is very winnable, whereas by taking this throw you're in the corner and you don't have break, suddenly it goes to being very difficult to win. And as a player you have to choose, am I going to be the player that misses my meaty timing until I don't, meaning like it's going to fix itself with time in game, or am I going to be the player that drills getting a knockdown and having them back roll in the corner, and I get my meaty timing like 7, 8, 9 out of 10 times, right? So we're gonna go like missed meaty counter 1. And if I see that it's like an issue, then that's something that you can drill. And there's no wrong answer, whether like I said, you have this choice to make, whether you're going to be the nerd that drills it out or whether you're going to be the player that like feels it out and gets it right over time. You make that choice for yourself based on what you find fun. But in order to help guide that decision, we're going to see how high this counter gets. And if it gets pretty high, then I really recommend, you know, taking the time to just drill it a little bit.
Oh, I kept eating that grab so much.
This is just not... What is this autopilot? Tech throw into throw the time winder?
Yeah, I don't even know what to say. I'm sorry.
No, don't be sorry. Don't be sorry. But like, if I'm you, right? If I'm you, the moment I get this like missed, the moment I get this tech, right? And I'm like sick, I'm out. I kind of want to just, you know, get the fuck away, try to find a way to get Vi in or something like that, because Echo's like about to die, right? Or swing with like a normal, you know, swinging with medium is always going to be way better than like throwing this time winder, because like as you saw, you know, he jumps, right? If you throw a normal here, you're going to get this hit. and you know, even if he blocks, you can work it into pressure. But by throwing the time winder, it's kind of there's no. If you do throw the time winder, you have to also do Vi back assist or something like that to cover this jump. And you know, we don't do either, so we just kind of lose. I actually have to adjust my mental model for fighting games, okay? Because I have always said in fighting games that there are bad decisions and then there are wrong decisions, okay? And a bad decision is one that will never or rarely work. And a wrong decision is one where you had to make a guess and you just guessed wrong, like it was a 50-50 and you just, you know, you guessed left instead of right or whatever. It doesn't make it a bad decision, it just makes it wrong. And wrong is fine. It's fine to be wrong. It's bad to be bad. And so like in my head, this time winder is a bad decision, but what's actually happening here, and this is where I need to address my mental model, is that this is probably not a decision at all. Like, this is happening too fast for it to be a decision. Okay? And by that, what I mean is you didn't tech this throw and say, I'm going to throw a time winder now because I think that's
No, I
smart.
didn't.
You know, you checked this throw and the game is happening so fast that your body is like, I'm hitting my S1 because I don't know, that works pretty good sometimes.
Mm.
You know? And on one hand, it fixes itself with time, but on the other hand, having somebody call out like, hey, what are you thinking here? Like, what is your plan here? And if you didn't have a plan here, then maybe look to play observant. Okay? So when I'm playing, if I try to never autopilot, and everybody autopilots, but I try to never autopilot, and the way that you force yourself to not autopilot bad decisions is if you don't have a clear idea of what you want to do and why, back up. Back up. And like give yourself the breathing room, because this is indicative of I don't have enough time to come up with something that makes sense to do. So I am gonna kind of panic and press like what's usually a strong tool, but this is like in a bad position to be doing it. And if the game is moving too fast for you to make thoughtful decisions, then instead of getting into an autopilot, you know, try to back up and try to give yourself the chance to breathe and reset your mind after, you know, this kind of like stressful, quick paced, you know, sequence of events. That's what I do as a player. It's hard to have that sort of wherewithal when you're actually playing the game, when you're just getting started. So like, I'm not like beating you up or saying that you're a bad person for throwing that time winder, but I'm telling you that like as you get better, those are the kinds of things you have to do less and less and less. I respect staying out here while we're waiting for the assist to come back, and now I'm looking for you to like sway in or something like that, because now I have to make a play. Now my goal shifts from I'm gonna try to like out neutral this guy to I really need to fucking hit Ahri. And one thing about Ahri is, and any Vi player that's watching this can think about this, she doesn't have an assist anymore because she used this time winder and she did this tag. Okay, cool. So I'm still gonna play passive. I'm still gonna, you know, I would like to see you not jump, because Vi, like, all right. So there's a couple things that I want to talk about here. We're going to talk about one at a time. Okay. So I need to remember to come back to 64, right? But like when Ahri jumps up and throws this fireball, or just, you know, let's say she just jumps up, right? Echo doesn't exist anymore. Ahri can throw a fireball here. She can throw a fireball here, right? But Vi's sway, you have an assist now, and Vi's sway is projectile invincible, right? And Ahri can't hit the ground with a button when she jumps. So like in my head, I am praying, if I'm the Vi player, that this Ahri jumps into the air, because that's a free opportunity for me to like double sway with like super assist coming behind me, right? I do like sway, call super assist, second sway. if she throws the fireball, I sway through it and I can, I'm right under her. I'm looking to play like Jaws. I'm looking to find some way to get right under her, right? And if she doesn't throw the fireball, if she like air dashes or something, and I do this double sway, plus call my super assist, or even if I just, double sway and then right about here, I call my regular assist. If she air dashes or something, then I'm still safe, right? Like I don't get hit. Okay? So it would be like a very high percentage. It would be a very high percentage play for me to dash under like this, because what high level players are doing, and they're doing it automatically in their heads while they're playing, but like, you develop this intuition over time, but you can also develop it by like somebody telling you. But while Ahri is on the ground, like I have to worry about this area here where she can press a button, right? The moment she jumps into the air, suddenly her buttons can only hit like here, and the only thing that can hit this way is a fireball or an assist.
Yeah.
She doesn't have an assist, and I have a projectile invulnerable move. So the moment she jumps into the air and doesn't have an assist, I'm in there. I'm double swaying plus calling my assist. Okay. Now I don't know what you do. Hopefully you do something like that. No, right? And so like as a result, you do this, you do it, but you're just a little bit late, right? And that's kind of like what separates, like you from like the master players. They're doing that really fast and intentionally, but also the reason that you could have been a little bit earlier, and this is now I go back to 64, is Vi really likes to be on the ground whenever possible, right? So like when I'm here, right, I don't necessarily want to like jump away, because like this puts me into like a really like bad position. I don't know Ahri's gonna jump, but the moment like I jump backwards, like Ahri didn't, let's say Ahri stayed on the ground, right? Now I'm in really a shitty situation, because Ahri can kind of dash forward, like, and stay right under me, maybe look to air throw me or 2H me or something like that. Whereas if I stayed on the ground, the moment she jumps up here, I'm like more ready to press this advantage than if I'm in the air. And by jumping all this time that I'm in the air, it's like giving her time to like reposition herself, better, right?
Jump back is kind of like my oh shit move. Like I don't know what to do. I'm just gonna jump back.
Yeah, which makes sense, especially since you play Echo as your other character, and he has jump back Timewinder as a option. But Vi doesn't really have anything like that. So as Vi, my oh shit option, instead of my oh shit option being I'm gonna jump back and see what the Ahri does, what you're doing is you're putting yourself in Ahri's world, right? With Vi, my oh shit option wants to be like backdash, like scoot back and block a little bit. Does that make sense?
Yeah. Yeah, that makes way more sense.
This guy's Ahri combos are so like, I don't know why, they just hurt to watch. They're so sloppy. At least it's wearing the coolest skin in the game.
It is pretty cool. I love the sound effects.
Yeah.
Yo,
It's
not
the same
again.
thing. It's the same thing. Like it's not giving you anything.
Yeah. Again. Oof. I've got a habit sometimes when I don't, like when my second character's dead, I'll try and do dash in, tag, and my character's dead and I can't tag and I just get blown up.
Yeah, my professional advice
like,
as a 2xKO coach is don't do that.
it's just like, oh, I'm stressed, like I'm losing track of things.
Yeah, but that happens to everybody.
I'm not safe.
That happens to everybody under the pressure of the game. Don't stress about that. Don't focus on that. It happens.
Okay.
I've done it. I can't count how many times I've tried to parry when I don't have meter to parry.
Oh my god, don't get me started.
Like, I'm not gonna act like at the highest level, people make mistakes like that. Like I was, at the time that I was one of the best Marvel 3 players, right? There would be times I would like try to level 3 them or something like that, and I'm looking at the wrong fucking meter. Like, whatever. These things happen, right? What I'm more worried about is like, why are is like this kind of like Like this jump back here is just, you know, it's kind of like all of these like jumping backs. You're really just putting yourself into like kind of a shitty position.
Can I ask
Yeah,
what would you have done instead?
let me talk about that. So
Because I'm clueless. Like I don't like here. I'm waking up. I don't want to press a button because like I'm worried I'm gonna get meated. So either I block and I've got my push block, so I could try something, but I can't tag Echo. And
yeah, you
then
can't
the
tag
option that
Echo. So
feels the
like
nicest is jump.
if
But if
I'm
it's
this
not
Vi
good,
player, I'm doing exactly what you're doing, which is I'm sitting here for a second and observing, right?
mhm,
But like now that this Ari has dashed back, right? Instead of doing jump back, which is a defensive slash passive option, right?
mhm.
Which you're not going to win this round, and you're not going to get your goal is no long now that you've got this health. Your goal is not to win this round. Your goal is to get this break used. Okay,
Ah,
and so now that she's backdash, what I'm actually doing is I'm doing like a little micro dash, and I'm jumping forward or super jumping forward and calling my super assist.
okay.
Right? Because if she did meaty me, you know what I'm doing? I'm fucking mashing on my counter. Right?
Ah,
But since she didn't, like the moment they give me this little bit of fucking space, I'm super jumping forward and calling my super assist and hoping it works out for me. Because like, you know, it's not like the highest percentage player play in the world. I'm too afraid to sway because she could just hit a button or she could call echo. Like the sway is not gonna get me, you know, through this stuff. Maybe the other option that I'm thinking about, the what I was about to say I would do is just like a little micro dash and block just because she gave me the space and I want to take the space. Like she backed up to here. Okay, I'm going to move up to here. Right? Because again, I'm trying to stay right in that, right outside of her like effective range right here. So I'm trying to stay here. So you go here, I go here. But since I have the super assist and since I'm stuck in the corner and since I need to make a big play, I know for a fact, like my autopilot, because what I did when you asked that question is I like looked at this game state and like closed my mind's eye and thought about what I would do, and I know that I would like do a little dash and jump like super jump forward and throw my super assist and hope that it works out for me.
okay.
Kind of the same
So,
thing. Kind of the same thing. You know,
oh,
after the
not
you know,
backwards.
yeah. Be aggressive here. Look to get this breakout. So far, so good. You finding this like a little bit insightful? It's still
Yeah,
not at the point where I
definitely.
have notes for you. You know, because like these things
Okay.
are very nebulous and hard to think about in the moment. But I'm just like speaking my mind as we go. I think
The
that the
longer
insights that
these
I've given so
are,
far are not all insights that are useful for a plat player. I think these are like things
okay.
that like a master or GM player could like take to heart and like actually make actionable. For you, it's I have to give you something a little bit more concrete.
Okay.
Well,
Yeah.
the throw is sick, but but here's the issue I have with this autopilot. Um, the issue I have with this autopilot is right here. So, okay, cool. First of all, this is another example of a hit that we can like practice in training mode. This is hit confirmable.
Wait. You can get a combo off that?
Yeah, because see interrupt here,
Ah.
and moreover, like let me not draw your eye down here to interrupt because this is actually kind of a thing that is it's very difficult to see in the mix of the crazy action that's happening in this game. And also there's this issue that I have with this game that I hate that I wish they would change where interrupt is red and punish is also red and punish does not give additional. I was talking to Globo about this at Frosty, but like interrupt is red and punish is red and punish doesn't give you like special things and interrupt does. Okay, so interrupt, as you can see, right, what you actually want to pay attention to is see this big ass red fucking shockwave across the middle of your screen.
Yeah.
And also watch when he gets hit by this time wider, there's gonna be a little bit of screen shake, right? See the screen shake?
Oh yeah.
It's subtle, right? So let me show you this in training mode. Let's look at the difference between counter hit setting. So alt never, right? What the hell? When I do this lob, this might be hard to like. There's no screen shake, no
Yeah.
giant red flash, right? And then when I put him onto always, right, you're gonna see the screen shake. And
Yeah,
you see
yeah.
how he spins out and he's in hit stun like all the way to the ground.
Okay.
Right? I bet you get this hit more often than you realize in your matches. But like you can get this every time. The easy mode way to do it is random block on a jumping bot. Okay? This is like a good way to like get started with this sort of thing. I throw this, he got interrupted. So I dash forward and I you know, I don't know what combo I want to do, but like you have combos you like, so you can do whatever you want, right? Okay.
Yeah.
I reset, lob it again. Okay, I get my combo. Lob it again. He didn't get like counter hit, so like I shouldn't try to go for that button, right? Maybe I could try to go for like an air throw or something if he doesn't get counter hit. Right? Now I'm starting to develop like an idea. Right? Now I'm starting to develop a little flow chart. Okay? You don't I was trying to see if I have enough time to jump up with a medium. I don't. So now what I know I'm gonna do is I'm gonna try to go for like the combo if I get the counter hit, and I'm gonna try to go for like the air throw or something if I don't, right? Let's see if I can do it like, I don't know, 5 times in a row. He got hit, so I go for combo. He didn't, so I go for air throw. I messed up the combo. I tried, but whatever. I go for air throw. I missed it, right? But like, he got hit, so I go for the combo. Well, obviously, you know. Go for the air throw. Go for the air throw. Go for the combo, right? So it is possible, right?
Yeah.
To do this sort of thing. If I went to the next replay, I'm just gonna quickly like skim through this first round and see if I like see anything else that I want to call out. Otherwise, who are you trying to hit?
I'm not sure.
If you're gonna be out here with Echo, or sorry, with Vi, and you've got Echo in the back for the assist, throw this. You see, he's doing this one, right?
Mhm.
Mindwinder one. You're doing this. You're doing the slash one. This has 0% chance of doing anything good. Whereas if you had done like the backwards timewinder, right? Then, or the backwards assist rather, or throw the timewinder, you destroy each other's projectiles, and then you're out, right? And you see that you're out, and you don't want to be out because you're a Vi player. So now I hit S1, I start charging S1, I dash in with Echo, and I jump over or something like that. And now because what that does is if I dash and jump as an Echo, right? Let's say I don't charge S1 with Vi. Now I'm scared because like Ahri can 2H me. Even if Ahri gets locked into some action or something, then like he can handshake and 2H me with Echo, you know? So it's like a scary situation. Whereas if I start charging S1 with Vi here and I dash and jump with Echo, he's not allowed to 2H me because of the threat of Vi coming across the screen. Does that make sense?
Mhm.
I think that's like a big element that's missing in our neutral. Really. You gotta drill that. Love this block.
Oof. I was not very pleased with that grab.
Oh, you just did it. You just did it again, and I want to go back to this other replay because there was something that I wanted to call out. Okay.
Was it the my time getting interrupted?
No, it was something like way more fundamental, right? I don't care about that. Like the my time getting interrupted again. That was like a minor nitpick. The major nitpick is here, right? Remember, well, like I remember I said that I liked the throw that you did, right? Like this throw, but like there was something I wanted to talk about, and then I rewound, then I saw this timewinder got hit, and then we went into a whole tangent about hitting the timewinder, okay? But what actually happened after this, right? So again, you could have confirmed this, but whatever. You land this medium on the block. Awesome. We're getting the meaty, right? But we have to think of throw as a high risk move. It's very committal. We can't call an assist during it. We can't handshake during it, right? So going for this option, I love that this is in our toolkit. Roll throw is in our toolkit, right? He's grabbing him by the idea of his throat right now. But the issue I have with it is we have our assist ready.
Right? We're not using it, yeah.
So like instead of going for the high risk move first, right? Why not like medium like overhead with plus Vi? We're on 2x assists. The way to think about 2x assists is like usually when you're playing 2x, you have to use the first assist to win neutral, and then you get the second assist to do mix, right? And then you end up with like a 4-second cooldown on your assist or whatever, right? So that's like the downside to doing something like that. But if you can, or if you're ever able to land like a meaty, right? Usually it's because you just did a combo and you knocked them down, and usually you use your assist to get that combo, and so now your assist is on cooldown. So like when you land this medium, 9 times out of 10, you certainly don't have both your assists ready, right? But right now you're in like you're in an extremely powerful position because you have Vi ready to go, right? And this is such a rare position to be in, and you want to like push this to the max, right? But we do like a high risk thing, and like thankfully it works out. But like we have to think about like in terms of risk reward what we're doing, and instead of like I could focus on like the niche confirm with the time wander or whatever. I could focus on like doing a better combo here, whatever. But like what instead I want to focus on is like the fact that never, ever, 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 ever will a high level player do this roll into throw while they have this assist up. Because they could be pushing for something that's way less risk, way more reward, because throws don't do that much damage. I mean, they do damage, they do good damage, but they don't do nearly as much damage as like hitting like overhead plus Vi assist. Right? So like we really want to be going for some sort of mix with Vi, whether it's medium heavy call Vi plus roll, whether it's medium overhead plus call Vi. It doesn't matter, right? So I actually think that that's the issue. And usually when people are doing something like this, it's because they don't have an autopilot developed. Okay? So like, let me ask you. You know what? I'm just going to skim through the rest of this round. And I'm going to see when we, if and when we do something that like what I'm describing. Anytime you're hitting this Echo, the reason you're continuing the combo on this Echo is because you're hoping that they do exactly this and you get this 2H by the
I only should have hit him once because it just gives me the delay on the assist.
No. You hit him twice. You hit him twice. You want to hit him twice.
Yeah. Wait, you want to hit him twice?
You want to hit him twice, and here's why.
Okay.
If you hit this assist once, now you have to wait for the jab to recover, right? And let's say it was a medium that you hit him with instead, right? Now you have to wait for the medium to recover. Don't think about hitting him once so that you can like be ready for this Ahri. You want to think about continuing to hit him. If it was me, I would have done like jab, medium, down medium, heavy. Like I do as many hits as I can. And I'm waiting for this and hoping for this Ahri to come in, because this whole time, like you could have canceled this medium into 2H right here.
Okay.
Right? Because you're like hitting the Echo, but like your eyes are on the Ahri. I love, you're doing a great job of doing what we were talking about though, about that other video, right?
Right.
Like you're not like, yeah, that jump back is whatever, but then you're like here, you're staying out of the range. You really don't want to do this, because if you sway back right here, sway back is really good when you're already in sway, right? But like you can dash out of sway, or sorry, you can sway forward out of backdash, regular backdash, right?
Yeah, this is a bad habit I noticed recently, because backdash it feels a lot more safe.
It is a lot more safe. Yeah, I recommend that you like trend more toward backdash than toward. If you want to sway forward, that's fine because he's getting through projectiles. But this back sway doesn't give you anything that a backdash doesn't.
I feel like this is too passive.
Yeah, that's what I was about to say. Like you're waiting for him to make a mistake instead of just like super jumping forward and calling Echo or something like that.
Okay.
So now I'm getting the sense. Now I'm getting the sense for what we want to work on. Yep, and I'm getting another sense. Yeah, now I know what to make you drill. Okay. So
okay, that's great.
Now I know exactly what to make you draw. This right here, you get this light medium on the block. As soon as you go for the heavy, right, you're opening up for him to have an opportunity. But you, again, right, you're playing 2x assist. So when you put this light on his block, this was excellent. All this was great. All this was great. Like, you earned the win condition out of neutral, right? You found a way past the fireball, sway past the fireball. He's not ready for it. You get this light. The moment I get this light medium, alarm bells are going off in my brain. That's like, I won, I did it, right? And here's why. Because what I'm doing is I'm doing this light medium on his block and calling echo, right? And then what I'm doing is I've got 2x assist. Like, I can do like light medium, call echo, not the overhead, right? Echo hits. I can do like regular jab, like light medium as Vi. Now I like sway through plus call my second echo assist. Right? Now I'm jabbing again as Vi. And now if I'm hitting, right? If I'm hitting, awesome, I got my combo. If I'm not hitting, I can go for like overhead. If it hits, I can like get my combo. If it doesn't, I can tag echo and continue pressure. And that's when I want to go for like medium roll throw or something like that. Okay, cool. So I'm gonna give you some shit. I'm just looking for the rest of this game. Okay, we're playing passive, putting up time winder because we don't have assist. This is all fine. This is all good. Go in. Ooh, that's sad, right?
2H is not the move.
2H is not the move, but it's also like not the strategy, because like let's say that this medium hits, right?
Yeah, because I can get Vi assist pressure now.
Yeah,
And
but
I
you
just
don't.
I just give it up for free.
Exactly. You do like medium, heavy. Like pretty much anytime you press this down heavy or this down medium rather, you're gonna press heavy also, and S2, right?
Yeah.
And now that's your confirm. Like if the S2 is hitting, you go to your combo. If the S2 gets blocked, you call Vi, right? And then you dash forward, jab. You're getting the opportunities. You're getting the opportunities. Okay, so there's two things I need you to drill. Your neutral is only part of the issue, and you thought it was like the whole thing. It's not. You're actually like not getting nearly as much value out of block as you should. So let me just give you a couple of drills. This will be in the video when I upload it. Number one, if you can't think of anything to do, if you feel like you're being too passive and the guy's zoning out, I need you to just like that. It's so good.
Okay.
Right? So like I'm hoping, let's get the notes out. Next time we talk, I'm looking, so big notes and patterns, right? If I'm aimless, okay? If I'm close, back up and take a breath, right? If I find myself doing options that are like no good, like throwing that time winder, like point blank, I gotta get out and I gotta like collect myself, okay? If I'm extremely far, this is a note for somebody else, not for you, right? Find a way into the zone where I am a threat, okay? And by I'm a threat, what I mean is I don't want to be out here, because even here I can't like super jump plus call assist. I'm not a threat, right? When I'm here, right, I can, right? And I can do that with a button in the air, right? And if they jump and they get counter hit, do you know about how really quickly, do you know about how like this works? Like if the bot is jumping, I counter hit them with a medium or a heavy, they like go into spin out state.
In there.
Oh, okay, that's really important too. Okay. I'm gonna give you this note, right? So when you super jump plus call and assist, you can either super jump, call the assist, and block, right? Which is good if you're afraid of getting 2H'd. Then if they go into the air, you want to press like, you know, either your medium or your heavy or whatever. And the reason is, if they get hit by this, they go into spin out state.
Oh, so you can
like,
land
confirm.
and do a combo.
You can always land it. It's any character in the game, right? You land a medium, you land a light in the air, they don't go into spin out state, right? But what I'm looking for is, again, just like with the time winder thing, I'm looking for that big red flash. And like when you were playing those games, you were getting to the right spot, and then you didn't quite know what to do, so we got to do that. Okay. I'm gonna say aggressive action like jump forward plus call assist plus block, right? Is like a good thing. Another thing is like same thing. They're zoning. Like, I'm talking about like Ari Caitlyn, right? This is where you want to like commit to like double sway plus assist. I didn't get a chance to watch one of those replays, so I didn't. I don't know this is like what you're doing, but like or what you're missing. But I bet you have opportunities to do this, and also super jump forward plus call assist is pretty good against those teams too, as long as there's not like already a monkey on the screen or whatever. Okay, so this is if I'm aimless, right? And you're not aimless. You think you mentioned it, but you're not aimless. You're getting to the right spot. You just aren't like taking the action afterwards that you want to take. Okay, but now, and here's the big one. I need you to drill stuff like this, and we're going to develop stuff for both characters. Okay, so what we saw was you landed this meaty. You went like this, right? There's all sorts of combos that you can do off that, right? But like, instead of doing this the first time, do this after like the Vi comes out. So like, I'm just gonna try to like YOLO make something up, right? I can go like this, here, call Vi, here, overhead, oops, here, call Vi, here, overhead, call Vi. Now I can do this, right? I can go for another overhead, plus handshake. Didn't work, so I go for the throw. And you can drill it. You can put them on random block. And it's not going to go like... What I recommend, actually, is just keep them on always block. So that you can just drill this, like, ad nauseum, right? Here, call Vi. Here, overhead, call Vi. Here, overhead, tag, right? I fucked it up because I hit tag before. There we go. Right? That was supposed to be a throw, but whatever. I don't know why it wasn't, actually. Here, call Vi. Here, low call Vi. Here, overhead tag. Right? That's the shit that we're missing, and you're getting the opportunities to do it, and it only takes like a few minutes in training mode. Like maybe for you, probably half an hour to an hour. Like you're gonna replace, instead of playing ranked tomorrow, you're gonna do this, right? For like an hour. And
Okay.
And then like the next day, you're gonna go crazy. So you're gonna commit to something like this after they have already like blocked the Vi shit.
Well, after they're like overwhelmed and freaking out.
It's not so much after they're overwhelmed and freaking out, although that is true, but it's more that like, why go for this while I still have Vi available?
Better option. Yeah, okay.
Now
that
I
makes
can
more
go
sense.
for something like that. I can like get a tag and get a combo, right? And then
Yeah.
so you need to develop something like that with Echo, right? So you can steal something from an Echo Vi player, or you can just take the stuff that I just put, right? And you just have to do this in your like over and over and over again so that it's in your hands. And then you're gonna go into matches and you're gonna fuck it up. And then you're gonna come back and practice some more. And then you're gonna go and eventually it's gonna start to click because you're playing the neutral actually okay, right? There's like minor nitpicks, and I went in looking at the neutral because that's what you wanted to focus on, but actually we're like not maximizing this. Same thing with Vi, okay? You know, like you went for something like this, right? But like you're on 2x. You know, the moment this is blocked, right?
Yeah.
Then I can go for like overhead, so I can go like bop, 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 this, bop, bop. Right? That hits, you know, maybe I guess something. I don't think that Echo can pick it up like that easily, so like what I would probably do is go for like the throw or something like that. Or you can do something like this. Stop, pop, pop, pop this, stop. Start charging this, right? You can like roll during that. There's a cross up for you. You know, if that hits, you get crazy shit, right? Does that make sense?
Yeah. Like you're
Okay.
saying, you're not like it's not worth it because it's too risky when we have something better that's less risky.
You have something much better, and not only is it less risky, because like fighting games are about risk reward, you also have to think about the reward. So it's not just that it's less risky; it's also far more rewarding. Like the damage off of this is like way better, right? You can go for like something like this, right? One thing that you can do that I like to do. I've got to go pretty soon, so I gotta wrap this up. But like one thing that you could do is block level low, right? So now they're gonna get hit by the first overhead that I do. So I can do something like this. Say I land this like sway, okay. Right? And it's not that hard, right? It takes a little bit of time, but I think if you invest like an hour, you don't need to like, I did like 8 things just now. You just need one. You just need one, right? Whether it's like jab overhead, right? But like you got to start taking advantage of the 2x when you get them on block, right? And if that makes any sense.
Yeah, it does. It does. That's really helpful, actually.
Okay, that's where you're going to get a lot of value. Okay, so next time we talk, right, this is about the neutral, right? But we actually need also, we need to take advantage of 2x assists more and in general block pressure. Okay, so we have homework, right? Develop one autopilot mix up on block with Vi using Echo assist. Optionally, we need to develop one autopilot mix up on block with Echo using Vi assist, because you're winning the neutral, right? And especially like when you think about like the way that Ahri was playing, right? The way that Ahri was playing back here, she's like jumping up and doing this and then blocking, right? And like when she jumps up and she does this and you get this, right? Right now it feels kind of bad for you. Like it feels like, ah, man, I didn't get what I wanted, right? Back to neutral I go. Like I want to turn it, I want it to start to feel like when you land this, you know, on block. Oh, hell yeah.
Yeah.
Now this guy's cooked. Right? They're like, I won because I made him block.
Yeah.
Right? And so you got to have something there, right? So talk to me on Discord, like DM me or whatever, or talk in the server if you have specific questions about what you might want to do. There are some ideas in this video, which I will upload tomorrow. And also you can steal stuff from other players. Does that make sense?
Yeah, thank you. It's been really helpful, actually. I'm really looking forward to trying these.
Oh yeah, it's gonna feel so good. I know it seems hard. It seems like, you know, maybe you're like, oh, I'm not good enough to do this stuff. No, you are. You this will be no problem. I'll DM these notes to you. I gotta run. Talk to you later.